your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Many locations have already started to dry out, but we still have in our southeastern corner of our viewing area still some of that leftover precipitation trying to slide off to the east and southeast, leaving behind right now still a little bit of some snow showers as well as mix occurring as well. You can see on our current conditions that we have 33 degrees in Mattoon, 32 in Champaign, 30 in Lincoln, 27 in Bloomington, and 32 in Danville. Our view, though, from our first mid-weather camera in Charleston on a roofing dog, and it does show that we've got some drops on the lenses. Earlier on, we had some snow showers. Those have not ended there, but again, still moving off to our east and southeast with wind gusts in some many spots still coming in around 20 to 25 miles an hour. So for tonight, we're actually looking at drying conditions. Our temperatures are going to be cooler for tomorrow, near normal, with a lot of cloud cover as well, with some sunshine peeking out, but we're calling for some icy conditions for Friday. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
An update to a story of a woman's dog that was euthanized, what officials say happened, and what they're dealing with from people in the community. Plus, a social media post started as an investigation into one teacher. Now, former students are using a Facebook group to make sure their voices are heard.
And the county home to the governor's mansion says no thanks to the governor's coronavirus rules when indoor dining is scheduled to reopen in Sangamon County.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
I know people are very angry and upset. This is a very sad situation, but it's not really helping to just, for people to do this.
Animal Control says it was a mistake when they put a woman's dog to death on Christmas Eve. Now people who work at that facility coming under threat as backlash and anger mount online. Good evening, I'm Mark Maxwell.
And I'm Jen Lask. We told you last night about a woman who was outraged after her dog was put down without her knowing.
Now the Champaign County Animal Control says people are making threats against their lives.
WCIA 3's Jamie Mays is live in the newsroom. And Jamie, you spoke to the owner this morning. What did she have to say?
Jen, she told me she was still really upset and saddened, and Animal Control says they're extremely saddened and sorry about what happened. A woman expected to pick up her dog after Christmas Day, but instead a mistake was made that cost her dog his life.
Under normal circumstance, without the holidays, the communication would have happened. We got missed this time.
Champaign County Animal Control says they responded to an impoundment request on December the 18th. Workers identified the dog as possibly a mixed breed pit bull. The county executive says there was some confusion because when the owner called Champaign County Animal Control looking for her dog, she says it was a chocolate lab.
After seeing a picture late that day after the office was closing on December 23rd, the county staff realized that the dog actually was being identified as a chocolate lab mix. That's how the owner had been describing it, which is why we couldn't find it. But when they saw the picture, they realized that it was the same dog and that we did have the dog in the impound facility.
It was agreed that the facility would hold the dog for an additional 4 days over the holiday vacation. The agreement was made that the dog would be picked up on Monday.
Unfortunately, and this was our fault, that last minute change was not received by the person who did the euthanasia on the next day.
The dog was put down on Christmas Eve. Now Animal Control says the workers have been getting threats against their own lives, and the county executive says it's happening in her office too.
I've had 3 or 4 messages this morning telling me what a horrible person I am, and they hope that, I die or my staff dies or that kind of thing. We understand that we made an error. It doesn't happen often. We're very sorry about it, and we would like people to stop sending hate mail our way.
They have reached out to the sheriff's office about the threats. The veterinarian has arranged for the dog to be cremated and the ashes returned to the owner. Live in the newsroom, Jamie Mays, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Jamie, thank you. The county executive says they have added some additional steps at Animal Control so this won't happen in the future.
Bullets pierced several homes and a car in Urbana last night. It happened near the intersection of Hunter Street and South Learman Avenue shortly after midnight. Police say people in 2 different vehicles were shooting at each other. They recovered 25 shell casings on scene. No one was hurt. They are asking anyone who might have surveillance cameras in the area, check it out and contact police with what you find. New at 6, an Indiana man in custody tonight after police say he stole a pickup truck in Effingham. 49-year-old Michael Griffey was arrested yesterday. The sheriff's office says he stole a 2016 Chevy Silverado from a woman's house and then left it abandoned in a wooded area 2 miles away from that home. Police later found him by a farmer. A few hours later, police say that they found meth and 2 loaded guns on him.
A former Gifford paramedic was sentenced yesterday to 13 years in prison for sexually assaulting a patient. 48-year-old Jeffrey Sanford was found guilty in October. He was accused of forcing a 49-year-old suicidal woman to perform oral sex on him in an ambulance last year. Prosecutors also say he had sexual misconduct with 3 other people, including a 10-year-old girl. At his sentencing hearing, Judge Randy Rosenbaum said the paramedic destroyed the public trust in calling for an ambulance. Former students at one school are using social media in the hopes of creating change. Students at Blue Ridge High School are accusing an English teacher of sending unwanted and sometimes uncomfortable messages to minors. A Facebook page called Blue Ridge High, The Reckoning, has several accounts from people who say they had inappropriate interactions with the teacher. A former student posted on the page. She says she heard a conversation between the teacher and her friend.
One of my friends started talking about her relationship with her boyfriend and about how like they were having issues, and then the English teacher started asking her like if they rolled around the hay yet, if she's ever rolled around the hay, how she feels about, you know, just basically her sexual experiences with both this boyfriend and, you know, her whole life.
A statement on the district's website said the district is not able to provide additional details or answer specific questions because of confidentiality requirements involving both personnel and student matters. When school starts on January 5th, Mrs. Flannel will be teaching English 1 and English 2 classes.
Crews say no one is hurt after a grain elevator caught fire in Homer this morning. It happened on Bunge Milling on Coffeen Street. The Homer fire chief says it took them 10 minutes to get there because a train blocked their way on the crossing. He says a small fire started out in a motor, near a motor rather, in the basement, and it went up to the elevator.
One of the legs that go up to the top of the elevator, the grain was on fire that was inside the leg. So we took a couple panels down, and then we sprayed some water. It took quite a bit of time to do all that, but we had a lot of help from multiple different districts around here.
The cause of that fire remains under investigation. We have an update tonight on this morning's house fire in Springfield. Crews responded before 1 to a fire on South 11th Street near Brown Street. Chief Jeff Bassett says they found heavy smoke and fire billowing from this home, and they were able to keep it from spreading too far. He says one firefighter did get hurt, but not badly. The scene was cleared by 5 o'clock. Still no word on what caused it.
Well, it's been a busy day for our Gift of Life blood drive. How much people were able to give.
Also tonight, indoor dining still not allowed statewide, but one county pushing back on Governor Pritzker's plan.
And we are calling for more in the way of some active weather here for the next couple days. We've had some weather moving through already today, and we're looking at cloudy skies tomorrow before things kind of ramp back up again for Friday, right to start off the new year. So we'll talk about that. But for the rest of the day today, we're looking at now kind of drying conditions for us. So as you can see from our almanac today, we topped out in the 40s because it was warm ahead of the cold front that came through this afternoon. That changed some of our rain back over to some snow like we saw late this afternoon. The week ahead, though, is calling for a dry day for tomorrow, more mix on Friday, and chance for some snow over the weekend coming up next.